Morning, morning, morning. My God, that was a bit of a manic setup there. Forgotten how to do everything. Didn't have my mic plugged in. And all of the video and audio settings were all over the place, which is brilliant. But it's Monday morning and we're ready to go. Start of a new week. So I haven't done List 5 Live for a couple of weeks. I've been on holiday. A ring-a-dang-dong for a holiday, which is nice. And this morning I've been packing. Packed about 5 things, I think. I think I've got about maybe another 5 to do. And I got in from the boot fair yesterday and I dumped my haul on my photograph table, which is sometimes my packing table. And so when I went to pack this morning, there was still all my haul on it. And I haven't done a photograph of it yet. So what I normally do is I spread it all out. I photograph the haul after noting, down how much I've paid for each thing. Then that goes into QuickBooks. But I didn't photograph it yesterday, so it's still sitting there. So I've been packing around it. So, there's a box on a big roll of bubble wrap, and I'm trying to pack a T-shirt on top of it into a poly mailer. It's just chaos. And then I come in here, I trip over the bin, like bits of envelope and poly mailer things go everywhere. And then I go into the garden to get a few more things that have sold, a couple of cameras, and what else was it? A pair of shoes. And I'll come out of the garden and I trip over a bucket. I literally kick the bucket. It's all going on. So there you go. Hello, Andrea. Hello, Babs. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Let me know what you're doing this morning on a Monday morning. So it's a really good boot fair yesterday. I'll do a haul video. I've got some GameCube stuff, but I have managed to. I've got a PS4 for a good bit of haggling done on that. But I was testing it yesterday. I've managed to. I could tell it needed a clean, so I'd opened it up, and then I thought, well, is it working? Plugged it in, turned it on, and because the case wasn't on, because I was cleaning it. Where's the camera? There you are. I was using a little kind of screwdriver like this. Could have been this one to turn it on, and I've gone and broken the on switch. It's the little presser has come off the circuit board. So it's a good job I got it relatively cheap because I've got to go and buy a new circuit board for that PS4. But it did look like it did come on once and it came in. It was going into all the settings. So that was a good buy, but maybe not such a good buy was I bought 4. I say not such a good buy, not as good as I would have wanted it. I bought 4 PS4 controllers. And I said, how much are these? The woman said £10 each. I was like, that sounds a bit much. And £10 each. And she was saying, oh, well, we've sold loads at that. And I'm like, you've got loads of them. And just looking at them, this one hasn't got the foam. This one looked good. This one looks a bit like, Anyway, it's too much money. So I was like, no, I will not do that. £10 each is like spares and repairs price on eBay, pretty much. So I was trying to get them for a £5 each. She wasn't having it. So she was going, no, I'll go 30, blah, blah, blah. Gone for 25 in the end. And I was like, I do not want to be paying like 25 for £6.75 each, I think it comes out at. Or £6.25. Something like that. £6.25. I can't do my maths. Anyway, get home. These two, I think, do work. That one, totally dead. And this one, which I don't like the case for it, is kind of intermediate charge. So they will be sold as spares. These two, I will keep one and chuck it with my PS4. Although I've got some other PS4 controllers. So it's like, when you're buying off someone and you think, oh no, this isn't good. Hello, Mark. Good to see you. Were you up around Hayes this weekend? I was down Wallingham. Here's Kieran. Good to see you, Kieran. Kieran's doing marvellous numbers. Inspiration to all. And sometimes I look at it and go, oh, that must be a lot of work. But of course, that's what you get from doing lots of work. You get lots of sales. That's the trick. So yeah, hope you're all well. Hope you're all ready for a little bit of listing. We'll try and get 5 in and done. The couple of sales I had, I was getting just before I kicked the bucket, was another one of these. So I sold one of these the other day, and that went for 79. And there was a bit of haggling. So I feel like I was getting the blood out of the stone trying to get like 79. It was up for 89. I let it go. I was trying to think, I don't mind doing it for 81, blah, 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 10% off. But then got 79. And then this one I listed a few days ago, sold for 89 almost straight away. So it's weird. No rhyme or reason to it sometimes. And then another little Kodak camera, which I've got to give it a full charge on. These things don't go with the charger or the cable. So I guess they're replacements for people. But I like to charge the battery before they go. I've got a little, here it is. It's a little caddy. I got this off Amazon, where you can change, where you want the plus and the minus. And it's just a USB, micro USB, go into, any USB port, and it will charge away, which is good. A piece of kit I'd definitely recommend for all resellers. Well, when you love it, it doesn't seem like work, isn't it? That's what I kind of like to say. If you can enjoy what you're doing, it's not really work, is it? It's just sort of like doing what you do. Yes. Anyway, let's get on. What was that first thing I was going to list today? This is a complete mess in here. I've got GoPros for uploads of videos. I'm in a mess as usual. So I have got some clothes to list. I didn't want to do those first. I can't for the life of me. Well, I've got a pile of stuff over here. Let's go through this. Why not a Adidas Gilet? I think I may have drafted this, but I think I know it's got a hole in the back that I did discover right at the last knockings. But now I can't see the bloody thing. Come on, where are we? Is that it? No. Perhaps I dreamt it. Perhaps there wasn't a hole in the back. Well, that's been hanging around for ages. It's got to get on. It was in the bag and everything with a number on. So let's get eBay up and running. I'm not even in eBay yet. Right, StreamYard, we'll put you over there. Yeah, so I've been a bit kind of like not very consistent on the old YouTube. But I have been on holiday, and I had a few things on before all that, which I have mentioned. Oh, little red dot notification. Offer expired. That's no good to anyone. So how much can I get for an Adidas Gilet? Just check I haven't drafted it. Nope. I've got a whole load of GameCube games at the boot fair, so do watch out for the haul video. Not very often you pick up GameCube games. Okay, Adidas Gilet. Keep saying Gilet. Love the word. Gillet. Hello, Neil. Good to see you. Lovely to see that you still tune in and watch. How many years have you been watching my channel? Answers in the comments. I'm only trying to eke out some interaction here, but do let me know. Have you done the full nine years? Have I been streaming? Something like that. 2016. Since you were a child. My God. 60 years. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take... Is my camera in here? No, my phone isn't in here. Oh, yes, it is. There it is. I am... Because this is a little bit unusual. That. Since you were a baron. Let's do Google search on that. Save me a bit of time. Oi. Adidas jerky. Well, possibly. So something's just come up with MAD, which is obviously some sort of currency, exactly the same gilet, 1200. G-Star Raw, why does that come up? eBay UK. Adidas body warmer. Adidas Originals. Keywords for the elderly. Jerky? What jerky? I don't even know what jerkin is. Are you just trying to get me to say like things that will get me demonetized? Oh no, it is a sleeveless jacket. I stand corrected. I do love a gherkin, but I'm not too sure about jerkin. What's the difference between a jerkin and a gilet? Gilets are waist to knee length. A jerkin is close-fitted sleeveless jacket. Well, if that is keywords for the elderly, I'm glad that I didn't have a clue what that meant. I think 30 quid for this, I think. Well, that's what we'll try for. That's what we're going to go and try for on this. It's a nice looking thing. I'd keep it myself. I'm convinced there's a bloody hole in it. Where is it? This is why it didn't go on last time. If there is a tiny little... It doesn't help my eyes are going. If there's a tiny little hole, I'll put it on for 20. There it is. There it is. I knew it was there. Look at that. £20. Come on, let's get one similar. A few of these Adidas ones, aren't you? This one I'm ripping the doing the sell similar on. It's only gone for £8.63, so it's a little bit like optimistic that it might go for 20, but I'm hoping that. I mean, that is better than your bog standard. I mean, the one I'm copying is navy, and it's a boring Adidas logo. UK small. That's not going to help it either. Adidas sleeveless gilet, body warmer, puffer, black, size small. I'll probably change all these words around. Very good condition. Get rid of that. Jerkin. I cannot see a 70-year-old wearing this, but you never know. You never know. Keywords for the elderly. I might do a stream on keywords for the elderly. Reselling for the elderly. Reselling care home. Feel old now. Sorry, everyone. Can't beat a Gillett. Hi, Lee. How you doing? How's the Cheltenham treating you? I just see you. What did I see you get? You going through the Silver Surfer magazines? Love a bit of Silver Surfer. I was loving the comic, loving the box, and then he drops the price bomb. One of these sold for squillions. I thought I must find my old comics. I haven't seen comics for ages. I remember years ago, probably about 5 years ago, I bought a batch of comics, and they were a bit big. Of course, with everything depends what you get and what it is that's in there, and you got to get the good stuff. I mean, my Neo magazines, classic example of that. I had those for ages, and they were dribbling out, not very much money, and then a whole lot sold for £700. That was a £5 pickup. I mean, I'll bang on about it to make me look like the best reseller ever, but of course I'm not. But yeah, look, very good, Lee. Looked absolutely fantastic, and you'll know that stuff like the back of your hand. So yes, lovely. I always like seeing what Lee's got, and he's got a little cartoony thing of him now, which I spotted. Also like watching Dungeons and Joypads because he's been at a lot of the shows. Right, let's get. I think I might go 15 on this. I mean, I've had it for God knows how long. Small electrical. Yeah, let's put it in small electrical. My very useful shop categories that I've got. Okay, small. Like I say, I did pick up a load of Game Boy games, Zelda and Time Split. Really weird. Time Splitters 2 was in there, Zelda was in there, which, good money games. But there was Shadow the Hedgehog, and I looked up the price of that, and that was surprisingly high. I think it was like one of the most valuable games in there, like Shadow the Hedgehog. Didn't seem to make sense to me. Right, made in Cambodia. Made in Cambodia. Right, there we go. Zip. $14.99. Or maybe $16.99. Or maybe $17.99. No, let's go $16.99. Template. I want to use his shirt because that's got the pit to pit, the length, and the sleeve length, which we'll be ignoring. Yeah, we'll do. No one's answering back in the comments. Do let me know how long you've been watching the channel. The person who's been watching the longest wins a prize. No, they don't. Very good. I'll say, yeah, very good condition, but with a hole, yeah. Please note, there is a very small hole on the back of the garment. Please note that. Please read my item description. And if you do buy it, I will be checking. Pre-owned good. I don't want to put excellent because of that small little hole. And we'll copy that. We'll copy that. We'll copy that. Adidas sleeveless. I'm going to put Adidas. I always like my first words to be, kapow. So we're not Adidas sleeveless gilet. We won't put sleeveless. We'll cut that out. We'll put that towards the end. Adidas gilet, men's, small, black. There we go. First 5 have got to be what? If I'm searching for a gilet, I'm sticking in Adidas gilet, men's. Not small. I'd put fat. Adidas gilet, men's, small, black, body warmer, puffer. Jerkin, sleeveless, logo. It's like just like stream of conscious random words coming out. A keyword. I spew keywords. Much cheapness. I should put that in everything. Now, I have been putting stuff on Vinted, which has been quite good. Right, draft that up. Save for later. Get that photo done and on. Here he is. Peter Ray. I saw Peter yesterday down the boot fair. Watched since the first video. Oh, thank you, Pete. I have watched all of Pete's videos as well. And his first one, from memory, was the Ice Bucket Challenge. Am I right with that, Pete? I think that might have been the first one. It's certainly one of the first ones. Quite funny because there's a torrent of icy water and then there's a torrent of like foul language. I guess he wasn't monetized then, so he could say what he wants. Very amusing. Right. On to the next one. One thing I should do in my little routine is check what's ending today. I haven't done that this morning. So many things you got to do. I'm trying to keep on, into your routine. So I normally get up and I normally pack and I normally look at what's ending today. So we'll have a quick look at what's ending today. As usual, I'm a bit all over the place, but So active listings, you can go into active listings from the Seller Hub. Look at the end date, it's already sorted by end date. I've got stuff ending in 35 minutes. So I like to close it. I like to end it. Because if eBay do it, they'll just relist it at the same price and they'll do a relist. So today I've only got 5 things ending. So we'll end those. I'll go through my little process here. So I'll tell you, I could share the screen, but it might be a bit of a faff. I'll tell you what I've got. I'm sure you're probably not even watching the screen. You might just be listening. So straight away, when I've ended something like that, oh, Pete, I've broken the games console. The PS4 was working, but I knocked the on button off. So I'm going to have to go and buy a little power and eject board. I think they're only about £6 or £7 from China. But we'll do that. Good job I bartered it down, wasn't it? Yes, Pete saw me bartering. Someone had the cheek to say, make me an offer. And of course, I said £1. It's my standard answer. Just had my first experience with simple delivery in my private account. It's not going well. So you've bought something for £550 or sold? All those expensive cameras, God, they, make you worry, don't they? Sometimes I'm glad I'm only selling like £30 items of clothing. And, whenever you get anything over, I don't know, 100, you just can't. I sold a Habitat clock for 150 and the bloke said it wasn't working. I ended up going to pick it up with him because he only lived in Putney. And it was bloody working after all. But I only found it out once I got it back and had broken it more myself. Sold a thing. Oh, give it time. Give it time. I'm sure you'll be fine. Yes, I'm sure it'll be okay. Well, I've had a nervous customer on an £8.99 Hackett polo shirt. I mean, some of this stuff I will send large letter because I'm doing clothes now, t-shirts or whatever, and if it's something like under a tenner, I'm just like, well, if you can fold it up and send it large letter, you send it large letter. But then there is always the thing that, well, I had one the other day and it had turned up and I got a neutral feedback on it because the Royal Mail had said I hadn't paid enough postage. Now, obviously what has happened is the itemless clothing has gone and become more than 2.5 centimetres thick. So the guy had to go and pay extra, blah, 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 gave me a neutral feedback, which is a bit of a pain in the arse. So, I mean, I fold, like if I've got a t-shirt, I'll fold it up like something like this. So that will go. especially if it's like medium size. If that's folded properly, it's not really folded that properly at the moment, but if it's folded properly, it should go large letter. And you could say, okay, you get it tracked. So large letter, I think it's about like £2.90 or something. And for something of low value, it's just, you might as well do it like that. But this Hackett Polo, large size, ended up going. It was on the cusp, and because he was someone who'd put in an offer, and he'd gone. But I thought, oh, he's one of them. Although the feedback looked all right, I ended up. It was on the cusp, so I sent it a small parcel because I just thought, well, I don't want to run the risk here. And small parcel, I think, when it's delivered, you do get a confirmation. You do get like the tracking confirmation that delivery's been attempted, etc., etc. Anyway, what am I talking about? This is Neil. So the gist of this story is that this bloke has been constantly messaging me saying the tracking details on eBay aren't right, blah 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 blah. And it was only sent on like Friday, I think. Yes, I am. Because I think I probably became a little bit complacent with not even looking for. I mean, I'm not purely clothing, but I just didn't. I was kind of like I used to do when I went around charity shops, and then it became impossible in charity shops around here, or more difficult, I should say, because it's not exactly impossible. It became worse than what it was. So I'd go out and I'd come back with like 4 IKEA bags full of clothes, but I was finding I was doing it, and it became next to nothing. So I was like, and how I've got around that is going further afield to different charity shops, not just my local ones around here. But when I stopped actually when I was like, okay, it's not worth it because the charity shops aren't, making it feasible, I kind of stopped looking at car boots as well. And I stopped, my knowledge sort of stops, because I used to mainly do women's clothes, actually, which is a bit weird. But, the people I was watching, there are a lot more kind of like channels based around women's clothing. So yeah, I just kind of stopped it, and then I got a contact who had electricals, and just started focusing on other stuff. And I was going around the boot fair, not looking at clothes. And the one thing I am wary of is picking up, just endlessly adding to my store. It's got to be good stuff. I mean, it sounds obvious, but you can pick up like a lot of stuff which you think is good, like your Nikes or your Adidas, and you add them to the store, and then they just, don't seem to sell. So I've got to be fairly strict with my management of things that hasn't sold. But yeah, it's going well. It's always nice. Like this morning, let's have a look at my orders. I always think now is if those hadn't have sold, I'd be I'd be on a lot less money. Right, let's have a look at what's this sorted by? Date sold, date paid, what's this? So just to give you an example, if I can sort out this. Come on, machine. My last few sales have been a Calvin Klein shirt, which was part of my massive Cheltenham bundle. So that got haggled down, but it went for £12.99. But it would have been a couple of quid out of this bundle. A pair of shoes, which I may or may not have, just a pair of Clark shoes, 20 quid. A Tommy Bahama t-shirt, which is like a crap clothing item, but it's still like a clothing item, £14.99. Pair of Bugatti trousers, which I really thought were a bit of a mistake. They were a charity shop pickup. £15.50. A Japanese or Japan football shirt with Endo on the back. Endo, the Liverpool player, I think he is. That went for 20 quid. A pair of Spoke trousers, quite a nice brand, 20 quid. Gant jumper, £16.19. And then I'm going back into like things I've done on sales videos this weekend. So it was a pair of shorts which I got from my heavy metal bundle, £8. So all of these are like, low sales, like £20 and under sales. Ping polo shirt, £10, and then the Hackett for £8.99. A reworked scarf jacket. I was so pleased to get rid of that, £17.99. But there's the quantity there, and 5 times 20 quid, or 8 times 15 quid. If you start getting that volume, it's not bad if you can do that every day. So yeah, it has become my bread and butter, because I guess my electrical bread and butter went away. Although saying that, I never used to get huge amounts of. I know people who have contacts and are just like overwhelmed with stuff they provide. This was very much like, it was a bit boom and bust. It was every few months. Who was there at the booth? I know we saw Tim and the other guy. I don't actually know his name. I'm sure I've been introduced to him. Who gets all the wood stuff? But was there someone else there who's a clothing reseller? Tell me, Pete. I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, I have considered this, and it's something I thought of this morning. I've got loads of those Amazon like cardboard things that they use for large letter size. So thinking I could use those just to keep it a bit more compact. I could just put a bit of cardboard in with each T-shirt to keep its shape, or I could buy a large letter box. But I have considered that. It's whether it takes the weight over. So yeah. Yeah, I sit on my poly mailers just before I take them to the post office and then make sure everything's taped up. It has the same effect, honest. Hello, Ethic. Good to see you. Thank you very much, Neil. Right. I've listed one thing and I've been chatting away and 32 minutes gone. We'll get this on. This should be an easy sell similar rip. DPF D70 Sony. This is something I thought was listed, but it wasn't. I'll tell you what I haven't done. I haven't relisted that stuff. I want to do that. Right, let's do that. You see how I can just be all over the place, right? Unsold and not relisted. I've got some stuff already in here, but a lot of that is auctions. So pricing format, buy it now. We've got 70. No, we haven't. It says we've got 17. We've only got the 5 we're going to relist. So there's an Adidas pink Neo gym duffel bag. It's had 18 views, no watchers. You think that should sell? I will sell similar. It's up for $12.99. Hardly anything at all. I would normally take. It's only been on 1 month though. So I'm going to take a quid off that and just sort of see if I can get a bit more interest in that. Sold listings in the last 90 days, it's telling me it's £10. But, even though it doesn't seem to be a lot of interest in that should sell at that price. That will sell within 3 months. That will go $11.99, $10.99, $9.99. Pink bag, nice bag. So that's that gone. Some Smurfs. They're up for $12.99. I've had those for blooming ages, so we're still similar on that, and we'll take a couple of quid off that. I wasn't there, Pete. Yeah, I've got a few bits. I've got like a North Face gilet, jerkin, body warmer, whatever you want to call it, brown one, and got a couple of pairs of Tommy Hilfiger jeans, which I'm a bit kind of like, don't know if they're going to be good. Nothing amazing. The North Face gilet was probably the best because it was like 700, so it's down, which is quite nice. No, I haven't. I will check it out. There are some local auctions around by me. I think I should try. Right, let's take a couple of quid off this. Blooming Smurfs. Telling me the price, medium price, is £27.04. This is just a case of like eventually someone will pick up these blooming Smurfs off me. Like I say, it's not taking up too much room. Oh, I don't know if Lee's still watching. He might have me on in the background. Who knows? Oh, right, cheers for that, Etik. I did list a Bluebird Mighty Max Skull Mountain. A Jellycat Bashful Puppy. I thought Jellycat were all a thing at the moment. $16.99. No watches, 6 views. I'll take a couple of quid off that as well. See if we can get some bit of traction. It tells me it's been selling for $14.20. So $14.99. Should look at this. I don't want to get this and this mixed up, do I? Both almost the same colour. It's like that dentist mouthwash you get. So we delete that. A Hanimax. Oh, this is an old item. Hanimax. 1 view, no watches. No one wants this. We'll take this down to $7.99 from $9.99. Neil, do you want a Hanimax crap camera? What is it? Just a Hanimax 1000. That would have been part of some massive box of stuff, and it would have just been. There's no way I've picked that up on its own. Or it's probably someone's given it to me. And a pair of Converse trainers, $29.99. They should go well. Size 3.5, embroidered, floral embroidered. I've obviously priced it too high, $29.99. 4 views, no watches. Incredible. Converse trainers, women's. I'll put the apostrophe in. That should always be in. Size 3.5. Chuck Taylor All Star. Embroidered floral coral. Well, I've put the colour at the end. I've not put CETAS in there. Coral as a colour. I mean, perhaps you're not going to search on coral. What colour is coral? Is it a pink? I think I need a better description. Pink and orange. Coral. If I put coral pink. And instead of Chuck Taylor All Star, I think I might put CETAS. Well, I don't know if people will search for Converse. People are not going to search for Chuck Taylor All Star. Coral pink. We'll do that. I'll have a bit of a better chance. I'm trying to get inside of the mind of a buyer. And we'll just drop that price. It was $29.99. We'll take it down by 10%, $26.99. And get that relisted. See how we go with that. I'm sure I bought them for under a £5. Nope. I've no idea what that was in answer to, but yes. Coral pink. Coral pink. Never just put coral. Okay. So that's the relist done for the day. Always love to sell the old stuff. Right, Sony DPF D70. Here's some news. Joe Wicks did our park run last week. The week we were on holiday, he goes and does our park run. I might have actually got out of bed and got down there for once. There was some talk of doing park run while we were on holiday. Not by me, by one of the twins was going to do park run. But we ended up not doing it. Right. Brand new in box £12.92. I don't like the look of that price, but if that's what it is, used £15.27. You can pay more for it to be $14.99 pre-owned. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. So one like this. So yeah, we'll be doing another haul video, try and get a bit of interest in the channel. I was talking to Pete yesterday morning, just before we went into the boot fair. So I was despondent because I didn't get any comments on my last YouTube video. But then I got one this morning that I saw. I was very pleased. It's all about the ego, you know. I need my ego pampered. $14.99 for that. One thing I wished I'd got on camera, I was in the queue for the boot fair, and how they do it is they have, when you first get there, there's 2 rows of sellers' cars before they let them in, and then a row of the buyers who they hate turning up early. Yeah, I normally get there about 6:15, but if you get there before 6, they just like evil stares. They will look into your soul going, "You're a bit early." And you're like, yeah, I know. Anyway, so I'm in the buyer's queue and just watching. 7 o'clock comes and all the cars start going in. I'm like, oh, this is lovely. Not long now before we're in. And then this one car starts slowly reversing. And I'm thinking, I wish I got it on camera. I was thinking, you're going the wrong way. You want to stop doing that? Boom. And it was only a little bump, but it was a bump. And I thought, well, that's going to be nice because you're going to be the person, you're going to be like the neighbour's, your stall is going to be the next door stall. Couldn't get my words out there. Had to send it over here. Over where? As instant messaging says failed. I don't know why that is. No worries. I'll Google it as well. No worries about that. Right. What else we got? Oh, that's what I wanted to look up. I've got one of these. It's got a big old circular base on it as well. And the reason I'm going to sell this, again, it's been kicking around for ages in the garage, is because I saw someone's thumbnail, one of these, new resellers, new jazzy resellers, and it was like £50. And I was like, oh God, I think I've got a few of those. I've got at least 2. So this is an Archie light, Archie spotlight. I don't know if it's particularly vintage. I don't know if it's £50. He might be egging me on. Okay, so nothing's come up. Let's have a look at solds. No, nothing's come up there either. What are these called? They're not just desk lamps. These are, what can anyone who's good at reselling tell me what these are called? This is like the thing out of the Pixar logo. Pixar lamp. I'll Google Pixar lamp. And, what is the Pixar? This is where you need AI, isn't it? Anglepoise. Okay. You're right, it is an Anglepoise lamp. Hi Ian, good to see you. Ian travelled to England and got an England shirt. Yeah, I don't know if you bought that. If you did, you'd have to. Did you wear it as you went back into Wales? I very much doubt it. Anglepoise lamp, rare first edition, John Douglas. £47.48. God, that £50. A 101 Luxo desk lamp. This is an Archie. Alba. Ah! I've just caught my finger in it. Look at this. You see this goes like this. Yes, I did just pinch my little finger in that, between the two bits of metal. Could have taken the top off. I could have done a Ricky resells. Right. Alba. Alba. Architect. Dog. The dog is woofing. £31. Hang on a moment. I have a woofing dog. Folks. Oh. He's being sorted. Boys are sorting him out. I don't know, these Welsh people, they come over here taking all our England shirts. You wouldn't believe it. I'm going to get over to Wales and nick all their Welsh rugby shirts. That's what I'm going to do. No, look very good. Always jealous of the Welsh charity shops. Always have been. Well gel. Needed therapy for it. Well, there's one that's sold for 30 quid, but I'm going to try for 50 because I think I can get 50. We'll soon find out. Does anybody know who won the eBay award thingy? Who was up for it? I know Ricky was up for it. Who else was up for it? Has it been announced? There are a couple of other people I watch who are up for it, and I can't remember who it was. It wasn't Married to Reselling. George Ross was up for it. George Jammy. He changed his channel name. I think he might have been up for it. Yeah, I think he was. Yeah, it was George. Who else was up for it? I can't quite remember. So it's Ricky, George. Did anyone vote? If you voted, let me know you voted for. I was too busy to vote. Who would I vote for? I've got no idea. I would have voted for all of them. Can you vote for more than one? Oh, sorry. I thought you were calling him George Jammy. I was thinking, well, it's not that jammy. He does know what he's doing. I know you need a bit of luck in this game, but you know, he's Jammy Dodger. Yes, that's right. And Jammy also His name's James, isn't it? I saw him at the A3 probably about a month or two ago. I think he picked up a Le Creuset. So it's George Ross, Danny Dodger, Ricky, and probably two others that I don't know. Yeah, I would split my vote three ways, and one for each of those. But I don't know if it's been announced who won. Probably not. Okay, moving on. I almost caught my finger in that again. Look, this springs up, and see those top two bars. I'll have your finger off. This is a nice pickup. Anybody want to guess the brand? Where is it? There it is. Any guesses? Come on. I'm going to get you interacting on my stream if it kills me. I know you're over the other side of the room, but get over here. I know you've put me on mute, but I'm going to speak through it. I know I'm just a window in the background and you've got eBay on top of me. But you will guess. It is. Yes. It is a Rob. Rabsy Nesbitt. The only slight problem is it's not down either, that it has got that issue. This is a slight melt. And this is what is this? It's a small rip. We'll just poke that back in. Now, I'm not going to attempt to repair this. I'm going to adjust the price accordingly. It cost me a little bit of money to get it, but I think someone can buy it and do a repair job on it. I was told it cost over £100 new, and I can well believe it. So there we go. That's kind of back in. Oh, Leanne's on the ball. George's Treasure Shed. I know George's Treasure Shed. That is Jam's Bazaar is Jammy Dodger. Because these are the eBay names, which I probably will not be that aware of. Retro Recycling is George Ross. And O Jewelry, I don't know. I imagine Lex will know that. Or is it Lex? I don't think it is Lex. And Patricia Ann, who I don't know. I'll look those up. Thank you to Leanne. Great information. I hope they all win. So does the winner, what do you win? I know, do they go on about like there are £10,000 worth of prizes? I guess it's a little slice of that, isn't it? A little piece of the pie. A couple of grand would be nice if you won. But I guess it's just nice to win, isn't it? So good luck to all of them. I always think Chris should go in for that. I mean, he's like, you know, for how long he's been going and for the community feel he gets. But maybe he doesn't really mind. Who knows? Right, so this is a Raab Pertex Quantum. Let's have a little look-see. Come on, be a good one. That's not looking too good on a bite now, I've got to say. I mean, I paid up, but it's £60 pre-owned. Micro, this isn't down. Why are they saying down? I thought these prices, but I'm still going to make money, obviously. But that's all. Microlite Alpine jacket. Insulation. Polymid. I mean, I bought it off the strength of the brand. let's Pertex Quantum. I'm going to stick Microlite Alpine jacket. I'm not looking at solds. Let's have a look at solds in the UK. I tried locking my search filters the other day on my phone because I think you can only do it on your phone, and for some reason they weren't locking. So 42. This is slightly well. What was I expecting? If you buy it for 100 quid new, if you buy it second hand, maybe 50. One has sold for 60. One has sold for 100. And how am I going to tell whether it's men's or it's a medium? Which I think this is a men's. Medium should fit me. Yeah. Oh, I'll just keep it for myself. Yeah. Oh, lovely. Just what you need on a muggy, cloudy day. Steel grey. What would you call this? This is navy blue. Yeah, I'm putting in Microlite Alpine jacket. I'm getting 90, 94, 99, 89, 75 for a small size. So I think if this didn't have that bit of damage, I would think it would go for 90, 89, 99. 89, 99, yeah. With the damage, I'm going to try 79.99. I'm just trying to get one that is exactly the same, so I can do a sell similar. This is why I'm thinking Microlite. Nick Wax. What's this Nick Wax? I'm desperately trying to find exactly the same jacket. There we go. There's one. Yeah, 79.99. I'll be happy if that went for I'll be happy if it went for 50. You know, it's got a lot of wiggle room there. 79.99. We'll see how that goes. I think that costs a tenner. So please note that there is, and again, if it sells, I'll say you know always send a message saying you do know. I might put a 3-day dispatch on this, just because I will send a message saying, do you know there's an area of damage on the arm? I've got to check which one it is. So we'll try 79.99 for that. I might be a little bit optimistic considering that damage, but it will come down. I don't want it to go cheap. Someone might, think, oh, that's a bargain, seeing as it's £10 off basically, and if you know what you're doing. We'll see how we go. Right, there's no way I've done 5. How many have I done? 4. But I'm going to go and make a cup of tea and have a bite to eat. I've only had a banana this morning, so I'm trying to cut down on all the food going in my cake hole. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Hope you all get a lot of work done. And next time you're out, you pick up some wonderful pickups. Like I say, we'll be filming doing the car boot video, which probably a lot more people are more interested in than me rabbiting on for an hour. So look out for that this week. do give it a watch. Do give it a comment and a thumbs up, and because it really, really does help the channel. Honestly. Have a great day, all. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Take it easy.